everybody. In this video we're going to talk about factorial expressions. Before we go ahead and talk about these fractions down here, let's do a quick review of what a factorial is. If we are given 5 factorial, this equals 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay? We can also write this as 5 times 4 factorial. Now where does that come from? That comes from this being equal to 4 factorial, 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. We can also write this as 5 times 4 times 3 factorial, because 3 factorial is 3 times 2 times 1. So we have 3 factorial and then 5 times 4. So all of these statements are equal. Okay. So literally to find 5 factorial, we take 5 times 4 and get 20. We multiply that by 3 to get 60. We multiply that by 2 to get 120. And we multiply that by 1. We still get 120. But let's now go ahead and take a look at these expressions. We have 5 factorial over 6 factorial. But I know that 8 factorial is equal to 8 times 7 times 6 factorial. That was nice because now my 6 factorials, if they're under the same fraction, they will cancel. Think of them as canceling. I like to say, hey, that's actually equal to 1. 6 factorial over 6 factorial. So now this equals 5 factorial over 8 times 7. 5 factorial we just found out was 120, and then 8 times 7 is 56. And from here we need to reduce a little bit more. And when we reduce, we will get 15 sevens. Now there's a simpler way to reduce though, and that's from this point. We say this is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 over 8 times 7. Now, I know that 4 times 2 is going to give me 8. So 4 times 2 divided by 8 is going to give me 1. So this equals 5 times 3 times 1, which is 15 over 7. So that's how I like to kind of reduce these problems. Either way works. Let's take a look at this one. This is 3 factorial. Now I can make a 3 factorial over the 4. The 4 is 4 times 3 factorial, and why did I want to do that? Because I want those to go to 1. But then I still have a 6 factorial on the bottom, but then I know with the 8 factorial I can make a 6 factorial. That's 8 times 7 times 6 factorial. So the 6's become 1. And this is, what's left is 8 times 7 divided by 4. Now we could go ahead and multiply that out and then reduce. Or I can see, hey, 8 divided by 4, that's actually going to give me 2 on the numerator. So this is 2 times 7, which is 14. So that's factorial expressions.